Hi guys, it's Mitch here. I'm just coming on to do this week's Facebook card reveals for you all. So, if you have been drawn to card 1, you have got the energy of fire coming in here. This is a beautiful card. And it just says, let go of emotional upheaval and embrace the renewal of the present. It might be that some of you at the moment are holding on to quite a lot of anger, quite a lot of resentment, maybe feeling quite unjust by situations and almost not giving yourself full permission or full acceptance to move forward. I did a live the other day with Trudy, and one of the messages that kept repeating through lots of different people was about this ongoing clearing, cleansing and decluttering. A lot of people are doing a lot of energy decluttering at the moment, and a lot of the people that were sort of commenting were saying they're struggling to make peace with aspects of their past. They're struggling to let go of things that have happened, and everything we go through in life, whether it's positive or whether it's negative, it offers us a teaching, it offers us a lesson of a learning, and sometimes it's about seeking what that lesson is, if we can, rather than being consumed in the tunnel vision. If you are somebody that's struggling to let go of an aspect of your past, and perhaps you're feeling like you're overwhelmed a little bit in trauma, a great thing to do is either write a letter to maybe a person that physically you need to address this with, a physical letter that you write down, or a letter to yourself or maybe your former self, and then once you've got that letter, place it in an envelope, seal it, write it out as if you were going to hand deliver it to that person, but instead of actually delivering it to that person, create a fire or have a candle going and actually burn this letter. And what you can do is actually burn some of the trauma, some of the problems, by actually releasing it into the flames. It's a great way to energetically clear and cleanse stuff. It sounds really basic and really easy, but actually when we give ourselves acceptance and permission to sort of be renewed by stuff and to clear the past trauma, stuff does become quite easy. But let go of emotional upheaval and embrace the renewal of the present. It's really encouraging you to look at the passions, the fire of life, what you've got at this immediate space, rather than the things that have come to be. And I think for a lot of people, our world is not perfect, but we make the best of the sort of place we find ourselves in. There's things that have happened in my life that I look back and I think, okay, I'm not sure why I had to experience that, but on a deeper level I do know, and it's about having to sort of go that little bit deeper and give yourself permission to understand why that experience played out the way it did, and making peace with the present time. You might not be in your perfect scenario, but look a little bit deeper at what you have got, what you have achieved, and it's probably not half as bad as maybe you're fearing it to. So sometimes these flames are getting a little bit out of control, and maybe they're consuming your mental mind, so it's trying to sort of work past all of that. Now, if you've been drawn to card 2, we're going into the energy of plane, and it just sort of says here, a journey is indicated, either physical or metamorphically. Your life will become more full. I always see plane as basically moving forward. It could be that some of you are having a holiday, or you're going to be traveling, or you're going to be doing something different that requires you to move around a little bit, which is fabulous. It could also be that you're just needing to make a conscious effort, a conscious decision to move forward, and that could be moving on spiritually with development. It could be moving on more practically, maybe having to move away from certain people in your life that aren't perhaps delivering you the highest of good or the highest value. It could be relationships, romantically, friends, family. It could be a working situation. Maybe there's going to be a change of dynamic there. It's just being real and honest with yourself, and if an adjustment needs to be made, if an adjustment needs to happen, only you can do it. The plane is sort of quite big, it's quite kind of powerful, and it can carry the weight, it can carry the burdens, it can carry the expectations, but you have to kind of give yourself permission to sort of surrender and to move with it. It can't just sort of pull you of its own accord. You have to agree to move with the energy of plane. So more than anything, I do see this as an active moving on. So if you're sort of stuck in this first card a little bit, this is an extension of that, and it's wanting you to actively move forward, giving yourself permission to sort of do something a bit different, maybe do something that's a little bit more out of your comfort zone, just to break some of the energy up, and plane can offer you that. Okay, so if you feel like you're in that stagnant water, if you feel at the moment like, oh god, the same shit different day, you're choosing to live that life. And you know, yes, we can blame loads of circumstances, loads of situations, but no, actually on a deep level you're choosing for it to be that way. So break the cycle. Like the other day, me and my husband, we took our little dog Oscar over to the forests in Longleat, and we had a sort of like great time, and it was pissing down with rain. It was a miserable day, but actually we had real enjoyment because it's something different. You know, as a rule we wouldn't have gone there when it was raining, and it was just lovely, and the water was clearing, it was cleansing, it was releasing. And because we went late in the day, you know, we went at sort of like 7 o'clock at night, obviously Longleat itself was closed, but we walked down through Heaven's Gate, down the sort of track you're not meant to, but then we sort of walked on into the actual Longleat estate itself, and nobody was around, nobody stopped us. We probably weren't meant to be there, but it was just lovely to actually have that bit of connection and something different. It just broke it all up a little bit, you know, and it's remembering to do those things, because life can become so monotonous if we allow it to. So it's being actively breaking those cycles and doing those different things, having those mini adventures or those more extreme adventures, but giving yourself acceptance to move forward, you know. Okay, so with the final card, we're going into card 3. So if you've been drawn to this one, we're going into the Phoenix. Beautiful card, this one. And it just says here, be prepared to be renewed and after a period of crisis. I'll read that again. Be prepared to be renewed after a period of crisis. So maybe for some of you, you've been in real dark energy. Maybe some of you have been trapped in trauma, anxiety, depression, just heaviness. Maybe some of you have been really accessing the shadow side of life. But hold on tight and be ready to sort of feel your wings allowing you and giving you permission to set yourself free. Phoenix is like rising from the ashes. It's rising from the flames, and it's not getting bogged down with the demands, the expectations from life. It's not getting bogged down with the mental state of play of our brain sometimes. It's moving past all those fears, those anxieties. Anybody that's told you you're not good enough or you can't do something, the Phoenix is coming in to challenge that, and it's really coming in to almost, like it says, to make you feel alive, to make you feel reborn. Okay, so a clear ending, but a fantastic beginning is coming your way. And if you feel like you want something but you just can't see how it's going to happen, that's fine. Just hold on to the vision, because something is coming in. And sometimes with the Phoenix energy, you don't always get a say in it. Something happens to make you change, to sort of head on, you know. And a change can be fearful, it can be scary, but not every change we go through has to be bad. Sometimes something amazing, something positive actually comes in off the back of it. But very often when we hear the word change or something that is a bit out of our comfort zone, automatically we choose to buy into, we feel something maybe negative is going to follow, but there's no reason why that should actually happen. So the Phoenix is rising. So this is about you guys rising up and bettering yourself, giving yourself enough credibility and enough permission that you're good enough to move on past the trauma, past the experience, past the blockage that you've been up against. So all these cards are very different, but there's actually a similar sort of theme, a similar message. And like I said with the live, it's an ongoing decluttering. A lot of us, with the COVID, with the lockdowns, we've had so much time to think, to reflect, to make sense of life. We've really started to sort of ponder and look at, what do we want from life? What are we actually here to experience? What are we here to be part of? And for so many people, it's more than the rat race of life. So many people are awakening spiritually. So many people are tapping into that higher calling. And I think that's what's needed for the earth to heal, to be honest. You know, those old, outdated patterns, they are just that. They're old, they're outdated. We need change. We now need to be the sort of the light bringers, if you like, to allow change to happen. So it starts with you, and it's that whole ripple effect. It spills over to everybody else. Okay, so stay focused on how you want your world to be. Keep being guided by your light. Even if you're in a crowd of people that don't get it or don't understand it, that doesn't mean that you have to suffer because those people aren't on your vibration yet. Okay, we all get to a point of awakening at the right time for us. It's an independent, it's an individual journey, and it's not for us to say that someone's more ahead than another. We all get to things when we need to get there. So I hope that this makes sense and help some of you lovelies. Have a fantastic week ahead. Stay safe, stay well, keep shining that beautiful light. Looking forward to connecting with some of you this week with various Zoom sessions and different things we've got planned. But yeah, keep shining, and I'll see you guys very soon. Much love. Bye for now.